Palm Springs prices just dropped 7.6%. And if you're shopping in the luxury range, well, that's the best news you've heard all year. A number like that sounds like a warning sign. For a buyer sitting on $800,000 to $1.5 million, it's an invitation. Meanwhile, Rancho Mirage and Indian Wells barely moved this year. So the desert isn't one market right now, it's at least three, and they're all moving in different directions at the same time. Hi, I'm Neil, your local Living in Palm Springs realtor, and I make videos all about living here in the Palm Springs area. We help people just like you make the move to Palm Springs every day. The valley-wide median price for a single-family home is $654,333. That's down 5.2% from last year. This is not a crash, it's a recalibration. But it's not the free-for-all buyer's market that some headlines make it sound like either. Days on the market sit at 51. That's actually down 1 day from last year. Well-priced homes are still moving fast. Month of supply sits at 4.7. That's balanced territory, and it's actually tighter than the 5.5 months we saw a year ago. Active inventory across the valley is 2,965 homes. That's down 10.5% from last year, so there's less to pick from than there was 12 months ago. New listings also slowed to 999 in May. There's less fresh inventory hitting the market, and buyers are noticing that. About 780 homes sold on average each month this spring. That's up 3.3% from 686 last year. More buyers are closing, not fewer. Sellers aren't panicking. They're recalculating what buyers will actually pay this year. Homes that are priced right are still moving in 50 to 60 days. The ones that sit are usually priced for last year's market. Average price per square foot is up 2.1% year over year to $438. That tells me that buyers aren't leaving the market, they're just being more selective about what they pay for. That buyer confidence is also showing up in the luxury cities as well. We'll get to that in just a minute. If you're a seller, this means your first impression online has to be perfect. Buyers are scrolling past homes that look tired before they ever book a tour. If you're looking for leverage, that window is open right now. The headline everyone saw last month talked about 7.6% drops. The June data shows it's actually closer to a 6.1% year-over-year correction on single-family homes. Either way, that's roughly a $60,000 to $80,000 gap on the average home compared to last summer. For a second home buyer, that's not a loss. That's real leverage. And Palm Springs is the city that everyone knows. It's also the city that's taking the biggest hit among the major markets out here in the Coachella Valley. The reason is simple. The trophy properties and the mid-century moderns still move when they're priced right. The overpriced listings from last year are finally being forced to adjust. Some sellers are still anchored to their 2024 list price, and pricing for today isn't optional anymore. If you're looking under $600,000, you're mostly looking at condos and smaller single-family homes. That segment is moving, but it's not where the real opportunities live. The sweet spot for second home buyers right now is $800,000 to $1.5 million. Condos are a whole different conversation, and they're moving slower. The HOA fees and the land lease realities are making buyers pause. But the real story isn't in the condos, it's in the single-family homes above $800,000. In the $800,000 to $1 million range, you're looking at updated single-family homes with pools, and you can find them even in the Mesa or the Movie Colony. Those neighborhoods were nearly impossible to break into in 2024 without a bidding war. Today, you can write an offer at asking or slightly below, and you might actually get a counteroffer. In the $1 million to $1.5 million range, you're in the luxury zone. The homes are bigger, the views are better, and the days on market are longer. That's where the patient buyer really wins. The $1 million plus market is selective. The exceptional homes still get attention. The ones that need work or are priced for 2025 are still sitting. If you've been waiting for a reason to buy in Palm Springs, the reason has just arrived. The entry point you missed in 2024 is knocking again. This time, you've got room to negotiate. Don't assume the whole desert is on sale, however. Rancho Mirage and Indian Wells tell a very different story. Rancho Mirage has barely budged. The Zillow data shows 0.7 year-over-year dips. The median sale price is actually up about 8%, according to Redfin. So that's the definition of an insulated enclave. The homes in Rancho Mirage appeal to a very specific buyer who wants gated communities, golf access, and proximity to the Eisenhower Medical Center. In the $800,000 to the $1.2 million range, you're looking at turnkey homes in the communities like Mission Hills or the Springs. Those properties are holding value. Limited supply and a built-in amenity package keep them insulated. And Indian Wells is even more surprising. The Zillow index is down 1.3%, but the median sale price is up 13.5%. That signals the ultra-luxury segment is still moving. The 1.5 million plus market in Indian Wells is driven by estate homes on the golf course and then custom builds with mountain views. Those don't go on sale very often, but when they do, the right buyer shows up. La Quinta is the outlier among the three. Even the golf communities are feeling the reset. In the $700,000 to $1 million range, La Quinta has the best selection since 2024, and that's great news for buyers. For sellers, it means you need to present the home in the best possible price band, because buyers are comparing every listing side by side, and they've got time to do it. Palm Springs and La Quinta are softening. The floor is in the entry-level cities. Most buyers ignore these 5 cities, and that's a mistake. Palm Desert is showing mixed signals. The choppiness tells me that the mid-range is adjusting while the luxury end is still finding some buyers. Indio is steady. The mid-market there is correcting after a busy 2024. Coachella and Cathedral City are feeling the correction too. Coachella is down 7.8%, the biggest drop anywhere here in the Coachella Valley. Cathedral City is down 1.5%. Those are the entry-level markets, and even they aren't immune right now. They never overheated the way the luxury cities did, but sellers here are still adjusting to what buyers will actually pay. Desert Hot Springs is the most affordable city in the Coachella Valley. It's down 4.8%. The median sits around $396,000. Sellers here are only discounting about 1.1% off the list price. It's the smallest gap anywhere in the Coachella Valley. That's still the entry point for first-time buyers and investors. We're not going to spend too much time on that today, but it's important to know the floor isn't falling out everywhere. Here's what this means if you're actually thinking about buying or selling right now. For second home buyers, Palm Springs in the $800,000 to $1.5 million range is the best opportunity since 2024. You've got time and inventory, and that gives you leverage. For sellers in Rancho Mirage and Indian Wells, price for the market, not for 2025. Presentation matters more than ever. For entry-level buyers, Coachella and Cathedral City are still holding. The discount narrative doesn't apply everywhere, and long-term, the desert lifestyle, the events happening here, and second home demand are still alive. Give it a few years, and today's prices will look like a deal that everyone might have missed. And yes, even though I'm not a big golfer, I do know exactly what a fairway front home does for your resale value. That's why Indian Wells and Rancho Mirage still make sense for the right buyer. If you want to talk through what this means for your exact situation, reach out to me. If you have any questions about any of these communities or you want to chat, go ahead and reach out. And if you're not ready for a phone call, go ahead and download my super comprehensive Palm Springs Area Relocation Guide. You can download it from the link in the description below. We'd love to answer any questions and be the ones to help guide you on your journey to becoming a Palm Springs area resident and potentially an owner in any of the 9 cities here in the Coachella Valley. We'd love to hear from you. Now, watch this next video all about living here in the Palm Springs area.